All right, this is Calibos, and we are playing Infinity Evolved Skyblock. I have no idea what we were doing, but I am doing it. Also, I totally failed to look up how this thing works. But we're making air cells. Oh, us. So it is still not transmitting heat. I can't remember, like... Somebody was walking me through the steps to set it up, and I just don't remember. That is the sordid story of Doom. Really hoping that theoretically. Oh, am I gonna have to make another one later? Oh my. I don't think that is actually it. Wait a minute. Blast furnace. That actually working? Oh, wait, wait, it's doing something. It's working. All right, sweet. I wasn't sure about that. Oh, I actually forgot to go to the thing and manage the stream. Sure, connect everything. I'm still practicing with which stream manager thing. Um, but theoretically, this is going to help us get this is going to help us set up for steel. And hopefully it's faster than blast furnace over. Wow. So my next goal is going to be, we have this solid heat generator. I'd like to go to the electric heat generator. so that we can just run this on power. So we're going to need another heat conductor, an electronic circuit, and a battery. Okay, so it is now actually progressing. Ashes, the ashes. If there is finding 3. Also something else. See. Unpack. Swap that. Swap that to minus as well. So theoretically, that should just have been able to hit you and tell us what. But I think there's a dark place around here somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Dark place over there. Come on. There we go. It took. Right. R. Huh, here. 555, the alliums. You know, actually, alliums came up in the life the other day. We were discussing what they're related to. That fancy stuff. I know someone who had difficulty with things in the plant family. Gosh, I love this axe. It made my life so much better. I think that we are finally getting to the point where we might actually start making a few instances. Okay, this is where I'm going to start to worry. Okay, nothing happened. We're good. Gotta watch them witchery trees. They are tricksy. Why is there a cow trying to do Thaumcraft? I was trying not to meet my eyes. can make alder stockades, coffins, creosote, charcoal. Okay, so if we have a block cutting machine, have a block cutting machine? Metal former and a compressor. A block cutting. That looked like it was going to act much like a sawmill. Save us a little bit of effort as far as water artage. Seriously? Okay, we're gonna trash this. Awful. No improvement at all. Go in there. Okay, so we still need some Endermen. One. Not much power. That gives us lead. Tuck that in there. This as well. I have one ender pearl. So need more power. Stop the rain. I think we're also going to need more charcoal. Have enough for right now, but we start speeding that up. Got a sapling. I think that there were more, and they just kind of like went off the edge. Like, let's see, what was it we were talking about in the family? It was like potatoes and stuff like that. So all of that nonsense. I don't remember if that's exactly it. Fun. So let's see how we're doing as far as steel. So we've got refined iron and we've got slag. Let's pop this here. Clearly we need to set up some sort of exchange so that it is constantly putting so unless these slots are empty, it doesn't actually make the next one. That's trouble. Now, keeping in mind that I completely emptied this ring before, you'll notice that we have picked up, what is that, 29 mana? So, that's pretty cool. Flag. Not sure ashes may have a use. Maybe it's just garbage. Clearly, the slag has a use. You can put it through a thermal centrifuge and get gold dust and coal dust. Yeah. All right, well, but we can work with this. How do we want to do? Right off the bat, let's check this, because I'd really like to get more of our plants processed. Kind of the grindiest bit here. Not leveling. Weird. What was that? Pretty important to actually do this on the bottom row. So you don't have to like trying to wow. Oh, there they are. I'm like, we fall short again? Perfect. That down in there. Check this. Pressing. Still not fast. Not yet. So we may end up sieving for some of these things after all, just so that we can get some of them. Like, I would really like to get into having more electrotine, because the electrotine is going to give us access to solar panels. Now, the solar panels are only going to work during the day, naturally. But if we are pumping the power into a battery, power storage of some sort, then it'll work for us. Have to do our power situation dire. now have a couple of basic trees. Got 4 alder, 1 rowan, 49 hawthorn. Okay, maybe we can take a bunch of these. There's that random cow. Alright, so next on our fantastic list. So we've got steel processing, and all it requires now is power and charcoal. Hopefully be less charcoal than air. I think it is taking less. We are going to have to figure out how to get the projector. So look into that. Let's slide. Might be able to do that. We have the iron that we need. We're going to need 8 of these cables, iron plate. Copper. Wait, what was this? So this was a drawer controller? Requires a diamond chipset, which rarely on hold. Okay, so what additional method of power can we change? For the most part, I would prefer something like the windmill that doesn't require fuel. What we can. One terrible waste. Not, but oh right. Connect. Oh, I should do up, up, up. It's only temporary. That'll get this going. Now we are powering our laser assembly table, well as compressor. Yeah, I don't know if this is faster or not. Vector upgrade. Yeah, if we have to keep messing with it, faster. That is process. Plates. So I'd like to go ahead and make the Arctic pulsar. So we'll need an integration table. Going to require so that's going to require the pulsating chipset. I don't like the fact that it keeps swapping between what specifically the Atart pulsar. So what I'm guessing is that I'll need the pulsating chipset and then basic gate. That is probably die. Badger dead. Yeah, really, that quite a lot of power that puts out. I don't remember how much this was, but what? Don't need it. Next on our fancy mission here, we have the ability. We should just expand this platform. Looking at, I think I was expanding this side so that we can sort our animals better. Yeah, I need to start thinking seriously about power because we're actually like really close to having something like an AE system. Not actually having AE, but close to it. But it's gonna take quite a bit of power to start crafting the pieces and running it. One of the cool things about it, though, is once we start setting it up, we can actually set it up to run everything through it pretty easy. Goods, items, power, all of it. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a long time since I've used Adobe. The mod wasn't really around for a lot of years. It was nice thing. Now, that should start filling it up. Us back on the table. Let's make the upgrade. Yeah, ejector upgrade here, I think. Ejector upgrade, we needed the 8 wires, copper and rubber. Got the diamond chipset for our... What? Diamond chipset. Comparator. Cobble, cobble, cobble. Oh my gosh. I think it needs actually oak. That's troublesome. That. So in that case, I wonder if I can just swap this out. And that doesn't matter. Question is, have to be a specific style of drawer. Oh, goodness, get up on me. Oh, and I don't know where it is. There it is. Playing all casual, hiding among the lasers, like we're never gonna notice it. Let's irritate the ant a little bit more. That's right. Can't come under this tree. That gives us another ant twig, which is good because we actually need them. Might as well this, right? Is there more than one down there? Okay, fine, whatever. Put the rest of our older saplings down again. So there must be like a goes off every once in a while, like timed trigger. Witchery. That twig. Ashes are apparently garbage. I distracted itself. Seriously? Well, dang it. Apparently you can get water artichoke seeds from breaking grass. That could have saved me a lot of time. Whatever, right? Nobody's saying. Alright, so next in our plan, grand adventure, so just organized. So let's go ahead and make our things. Two 4 chests. And it is. So it specifically has to be the 4-drawer oak drawer. But now we have a drawer controller. Is where are we going to put it? So we're going to need a fairly reasonably big space for this. So I do believe that the drawer controller works for 12 blocks, 12 connected consecutive blocks. So actually make a fairly good toss the ashes. That. Okay, so those are growing up. They are 10, 10, 10. Yeah, we're doing good. We've got a couple of different things exactly where we need them to be. So let's start trying to separate out our animals here. Okay, I'm tired of separating out the animals. Looks like a headache. Let's focus on improving our power situation. So a couple of different ways we can do this. We could set up a number of coal generators of various sorts. So the Stirling generator is going to be out of our reach, as is the combustion generator. Now the survivalist generator is not going to be bad. Let's see, what have we got? Okay, okay. So I think I can see how I want to do this. So right now we need coal generators. I don't know how much power we can get out of the survivalist generator. Probably not too much. But we can't make the lava generators. Let's go for this. Eventually, I'd like to go for this. The trick is going to be aluminum blend. We're going to require energized glow. Well, no, we could do this. So let's look into a magma crucible. Because the minute we have one of these, yeah, well, let's do this. So let's set up a magma crucible and whatever. So we're going to need 2 basic frames. Uh, Alright, so we're going to need 4 crushed obsidian, 2 iron chipsets, 10 gears, basic circuit boards. Let's see what we have in here. Iron and some redstone. Roll with this. Oh, we're just going to automatically make these. They have stuff for it. So dense refined iron plates, we're going to need 2 of these, which is going to require 9 iron, or 9 steel. So in order to do that, we are going to need rubber. Let's check our drops chest. 6 sticky resin is fine. Need to smelt all this down. Here. I'd also like to set up an semi-automated furnace setup so that you can just put stuff in a chest and have it. Copper cable, metal former, so copper going. I have some. I've got some because I'm amazing. Right. Perfect. So now we need got what we were making. Machine frames. Need that. Dense basic circuit board. So we'll need tin, redstone. Oh. Gonna chuck a bunch of these. Throw in some water. Power water. Bucket. Oh. Get a couple of those going. Perfect. So we've got that going. That's iron chipsets are going. Basic circuit boards are done. Tin gears. I've got one in here. It's another set of tin gears. So we needed the leadstone energy cell for something. this for the magma crucible, specifically the frame, not the. So the frame is going to be easy. It's going to be redstone and glass. Frame. Like any glass, 4 lead and 9 redstone. RS. Certain I've got glass somewhere. Oh, we've got refined iron plates. It's gonna be faster than I was in. Want frame. So we're going to need 4. We're gonna need 8. 8. Whatchamacallit? Netherrack. We'll need redstone. Bucket. Need to eventually learn how to keep inventory clean. I know, it's asking a lot. Like a lot. Gosh. Trying to be fast enough for the wood barrel not to die from the lava, because that would be awkward. Okay, so magma crucible, that's cooking down, that's cooking down. What else do we need for the magma crucible? Magma. Cool. We need 2 Invar gears. Invar is going to be pretty simple. So Invar is like nickel and iron. Fastest way to look in 1.7 is actually blend. It's 2 iron and 1 nickel. So we'll turn that off. And we need specifically gears, so we'll use the gear cast again. I'm going to go a little bit overboard. So we're going to go... We'll be using a lot of it. Wow, do we not have any more nickel than that? That's a bad sign. Alright, well, dang it. That. Let the rest of that start to melt down. Grab this. Yeah. that there. This will already give us a little bit of our. That we're not getting it from this. Yeah, I don't think we're getting nickel at all from this. Of course. Just as an aside, ferrous ore is nickel. Yep. I know, it's amazing. I was smart like me. So that's 30. Now we have 18 Invar ingots. We'll go ahead and start collecting. Now we can just turn this on and let it go. Now we have a couple of ingots. It's actually going to take a second. My goal is to convert all of the metal in there into Invar. I know it looks like it should be a lot, but quite frankly, we'll be making a lot of Invar things. I'm going to use it all up. I don't necessarily think that we need all of it to be in gears. So we're going to go up to 10 Invar gears, and we're going to stop. Nine. Should be. We'll rest in ingots. Actually gonna get through all of this. Gonna Oh, anyway, sure. So we have the 22 iron plates. We'll actually need them to be clean. We'll stick this back through the compressor. That back in there. Oh, power issues again. Off. Power. This is going to get us there. This is. So for the moment, I think that we can dispense with. The magma crucible. All we have left is the redstone reception coil. Back in. So. Alright, so now we can chuck this back into the bottom. That in there. Oh, apparently there were. Perfect. That sitting around. Okay, so we can throw that in there. We can throw here. And we needed tiers. And it should just automatically make them. Okay, so what else do we need? We need the wood transposer. Wood blood. Wood transposer. So this is going to require 2 copper gears, a bucket, which we have, machine frame we're already making. Biggest thing here is going to be the copper gears. Yeah, once we get the automatic ejection thing going, we are going to be much better. And oh, right, that's what this was. This was the ejection. So we need the electronic circuit, which is the iron plate, to redstone. Iron plate, redstone. Electronic circuit. Now this needs a hopper and 2 pistons. I've actually got that apart. Grab this iron and stone. Bucket back in there for now. Okay. Let's toss a bunch of our stuff in the box again. Copper can go there. Casing. Here. Got so much junk I'm just carrying around. Alright. So now we're going to need chest, iron, 5 iron. Chest. Copper. That. That gives us the ejector upgrade. So if I slap this in here, put a chest. Hoping that this will automatically begin. Ah, perfect. So that's a step closer, right? Step closer. Chipsets. Orange. Okay, so theoretically it should now make stuff. Have to wait for more power. What else do we need for the copper gears? Go ahead and break this again. Not as worried about this. Oh, we need the coils. Deception coils? So I think we need 2 of those. And a little gold. Okay. So a little bit of glass, and I think that's it. Great. Perfect. Just have to wait for this to finish powering up. Once this is done, we should be able to make... Ooh, let's look at things really quick. So, Sterling generator is going to require all of that. We can make pretty easy. Machine chassis, basic capacitors, a lapis electron. So thermionic fabricator. Okay, we can do that. That's not a big deal. So we're setting up. We're actually going to need at least 1 more machine frame. And then we're going to need an alloy smelter. Going to require 2 electric furnaces and an induction furnace. And another machine chassis. Going to require that. So we actually need 2 more of the basic chassis. Or the machine frames. Going to require more crushed obsidian. Looks like we need more, and good. So let's put our water back. Nope. 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 Dang it. That's annoying. Just be able to crush these. It's going to take a lot of power, sadly. Rest of them. I'm carrying them. I'm like, where are the rest of the things I'm carrying? We're actually going to need some more... That... Yeah, this is much more coal efficient for us. And once we get to Sterling generator, using a lot more power too. So I'm actually in my head working out a system where Sterling generators are going to be pumping out power and we'll be pumping in coal. But one of the things that an alloy smelter will do for us, and we're actually probably going to want more than 1 alloy smelter, is the alloy smelter can be used to automate our charcoal, and we can go to a tree farm. So we're looking at a So we're looking at an MFR one probably, except for it also wants a Z-Logic controller. I mean, we're heading that way. Gosh, we need so many of these basic machine frames. So we're just gonna use one to kind of like get ourselves to the next one, and then get ourselves to the next one. So we're bootstrapping ourselves up. I mean, it's really what you craft anyway, right? Not gonna be that special. Three, two, two. That's definitely better than 111. Right. Should be 10, 10, 10. Don't actually even have to wait for them to grow up. I only needed to turn them into seed. Drop them in the sun pile. Okay. I have no idea why it does that. It's specifically agricraft doing that. Oh, puts the bucket in a weird spot. Alright, so now we have our daisy leveling. We've got our alliums leveling. We've got an Enderman behind me who's about to go find that I mean his business. Did we get 2 ender pearls off that guy? Oh, sweet. Auto repair 2. Yeah, we're starting to get some serious luck on it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and force the luck a little bit. I take a bunch more. There's another diamond. And we're just gonna go nuts with it. Board. Alright, so now got 450 lapis, and it's still only looting 1. I thought that Whatever. Oh, we've got more ender pearls though, and that was our sticking point for the longest time. Nine, 6, 7. Guess that's okay. Okay. Not terribly worried about some of the rest of that. This. They like gray cloaking. Alright, let's ent it up. See one. Alright, well, sure. That gives us a bunch more of these alder saplings. I honestly expected a couple of hints from. Well, we're going to get a bunch more, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn this also into charcoal. Fully respecting the fact that we're sort of kind of trying to have how are these doing? Alright, so we're almost done with that. And then check over here for our that gives us and torch. 4. Now I already had 2 machine frames. Okay, that's good. That'll actually save us a little bit of time and effort. So let's go ahead and take our machine frames and begin rolling up for our magma crucible. So, fix things we needed. Our gears. Frame. That gives us our first magma crucible. Now we need our fluid transposer. Oh. So that already got our redstone reception coil. Got that. We've got our bucket, fluid transposer. So now we have what we need to begin processing what are they called? The yeah, I mean, this this is definitely faster than the and more fuel efficient than the other one, so I will take it. Um, and we definitely need to get up to our Stirling generator, which means we're going to need uh, two of these machine chassis. Um, and an additional machine frame because I don't think that the alloy smelter requires. Yeah. So we're going to need 3 machine chassis. So have one going. Need one more dense iron refined plate. This has to go metal former plates. Yep, this is definitely working better for us. Slag and you know, I totally got from another streamer. That's not my thing. Got it from. It's quite funny. All right, so we're gonna have to put that there. And once these plates are done, we're gonna have to screw the compressor. I think that we're gonna have to wait on some stuff a little bit. To make sure that we have the power going to where it needs to go. After this, we've got to set up the magma crucible. Now, we are going to need um, 2 machine chassis, so we're going to need 4 aluminum ingots. It's going to require 4 aluminum blend, which is going to require silver. On 1 silver, 3 tin, and an energized glowstone bucket, which is going to require 1,000 milligrams. So let's start by looking at how much we're going to do. In 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Silver, 1, 2. Wait. Let's grind this all down, because that'll be fun. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you, Bob. Afraid that I was not paying attention to the chat. The hazard of coming to see someone who does not have very many people in the chat at the moment. You must expect that they might not notice you for a minute. kind of a surprise to see sometimes. But these are sticks. Grab these. So that's done. That's done. Go ahead and hook our power up to this. And then we're going to say why are we not so 4 should give it to us. Need a certain minimum before it starts. It says 20,000 RF. Let's see what happens when it gets up to 20,000. And if it does kick off at 20,000, then we'll need 80,000 RF to make the single bucket. Go for 2 buckets. I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go. So it needed to hit 20,000 before it would even start. Now, all we have to do is put a bucket in here. And as soon as we have all 4 of these going, perfect. Right, we've got another one of those going, and okay, so what else do we need for the machine chassis? So we'll need iron bars, which we've got, basic capacitors. So we'll need signalum. What? The basic capacitor. How do we need signalum for a basic capacitor? Okay, well, we can do destabilized redstone. Conveniently, we have the setup we need. Let's do this. Although we only need nuggets, I think, so maybe we'll just do column. You want to know a dumb thing that I just did? copper and silver. I think that I have put all of our lapis into the sword. So if we don't get our hands on some more lapis, I am trouble. All right. That. Lapis. All right, we've got lapis. Let's go ahead and pull out the redstone. Pull the coal out as well. Gonna put charcoal up here. Alright, so this is melting down our second piece finally. Let's go ahead and wait on this really quick. Because if we wait, we get the signalum done first. That's probably an optimal choice there. So what else do we need for this? So we need lapis electron tube. So we need redstone and 5 lapis and some glass. I could have sworn I had lapis on me. Did I not grab it? Now we just sand in there. Glass. Trying to remember exactly how much sand the recipe required. So 1 sand ought to do it. Now we just need to get some redstone in there. Pardon me. My apologies. Very exciting. Alright, so we have the bucket of energized glowstone. Now we just need to get our redstone going. I think redstone is going to be the same way as far as redstone. We're actually going to need 10 redstone. Get another bucket going. Honestly, before we forget, same bucket. That gives us our aluminum blend. I think that's one off. Compressed coal. That's that. Three, so that'll give us the signalum. We should have our lapis thing. Break this so it stops eating our power. We have the lapis electron tubes. Fortunately, I think that we have all that we need those. So we need 2 redstone chipsets. So we'll need 6 of them? Doing. Redstone chipsets. Leave that in there for now, and then we'll turn it off. Take them very seriously. Gosh, we need lots more power. Apparently, 3. Alright, so now leveled. Oh, us. Rest of alder saplings away. I think that we're good on alder now. That should give us the alder that we need now, and we can farm them later if we go ahead and check on. That gives us 1 more machine frame. So we're closer. I'm not sure exactly what it's working on. To be that far ahead, it's probably actually working on the... Oh no, it's But after it's done with that, it will definitely skip else. Right. And have 76. 36. Let's put 9 in here and see how it goes. Fortunately, tin smelts pretty rapidly. Okay, so that brings us up 3, so 40. 2 per, so if we put 10 in here, let's do 5 and work. This should give us all of the invar that we need for a bunch of future projects. And we can always resmelt it into whatchamacallit. Um, so yeah, 1, 2. All right, perfect. Now we can project 4. $104 ingots. That's not going to be fast. Magma Crucible is done. We've got our destabilized redstone, which means with the destabilized redstone, got that. So we've got our lumium, which we've got our signalum. So once it's done with this one, it's pretty much going to give us their plate and some carrying it around. We'll wait to stick in the second plate until after we get some of the redstone chipsets. I'd like to have those. And there really isn't another way to get them. Fortunately, they only require 100,000 RF, so it should be fast compared to frames, which require 4 times that amount. I mean, we have to make a few of them. Not going to be super fast. Well. My gosh, that went surprisingly well. Let's going just this. So that should give us our glowstone real quick. Our next loop. Fortunately, this doesn't actually require a lot of power to use. Once this is full, the full power of our operation will go toward whatever. Mighty laser. Yeah, once we have these, the redstone chipsets, that should actually be everything that we need machine chassis. So looking at our alloy smelters, so we're going to need 2 electric furnaces and 1 induction furnace. Before we do that, we're going to go for a whatchamacallit to bump our power production. A generator. So we have the iron chipsets that we need for it already. We need 2 iron gears, a furnace, some iron ingots. Gonna take him. Not super. What do we need for the alloy smelter? So looking at the alloy smelter, like that. So we need to make 3 electric furnaces. Electric furnace is just going to be 3 iron furnaces with iron plate. Okay, well, that actually. Get in our stuff back in there. So we're gonna need what, 15 plates? We're not currently using that, so I'm just gonna break that out. Make our So, what else do we need for the electric furnace? We need redstone and we need electronic circuits. So we're going to need more insulated copper wires, iron plates. So let's just throw the rest of our iron in here. Funny. So we'll need 6 of these. Of them. Turn 3 of these. So we're going to need 18 insulated copper wires. I don't have that many. That would be get some rubber saplings going. Daytime, because daytime is magical fast time for making our stuff grow. Probably any. None of them like chain dates. They're usually pretty tame until you start putting them into the tree planter. Do not put the rubber saplings in the planter. They will explode your base. I wish I was joking. So, oh, we have pants. Good to know, I guess. Wondering why I couldn't pick anything up. Rubber. Not take long to grow more, so we're not going to worry about it. We'll just drop it. But grab that. This fancy thing here. Okay. Okay, so we are nearly done with this. We have one more, then the metal former is going to charge and go active. This thing is that. We're actually going to put it in here so that we don't have to melt it. We're going to take all of this. I'll finish the rest of this time that is not now when we desperately want power. Okay, so that's taken care of. So let's get our iron gears going. Want make a couple of iron gears. So I don't know when we're going to want them in the future, and we can get back to this. So this is nearly done. This is done. That's annoying. That's full. So now our lasers going. Are they not going? Huh. That's weird. That's sending power to. Not sending it to that. Oh wait, maybe it was. That. Hmm. So it must be prioritizing this over this. Fortunately, that shouldn't matter. Relatively. That'll give us a little bit of capacity as well. Drop that. That. Okay, so what colors do we have? So we've got poppy, we've got blue, yellow, red. So according to our fancy book here, red makes that, so we need to do when yellow, it gives us the daisy. So still leveling up the daisy. That's fine. I think that we need to level all of the rest of them to get there. That capacitor. Oh, meanwhile, we need to Bing. That. Yeah, we definitely. This is going to be better once we get our Stirling generator going. Our power situation so much fancier. We'll be nearly doubling our power right off the bat. And once we can get our alloy smelter going, we'll actually be able to beyond that. So Stirling generator produces about 20 RF a tick base. If we put a double capacitor layer, a double layer capacitor in there, then it will produce 40 RF a tick. If we get an octatic in there, it'll produce 80 RF a tick. So they're pretty fancy, and I am quite fond of them. That's to charge up. Should go back to charging the capacitor. And about 90,000 RF should go back to our production line over. Boom. Our lasers kick back in. Let's go ahead and accelerate this. Oh, there's enough power for the rock crusher to kick in now. I forgot that the rock crusher was rock crushing things. Alright, so we're halfway there. Progress. to make the kits. I think we're actually going to need like a capacitor. Thinking about it. Electronic. That really. 3 iron plates. Got redstone, which not picking up on the magical fact that I would like to be. All right. So this and that, so that should give us those. So electric furnaces made that. Electric furnace. Then we need this, which requires the advanced machine casing, which is going to require 4 steel plates, which we can do. Advanced alloys, which is going to be the mixed metal ingot, which is iron, bronze, and tin. So, any of these do. So, 4 steel we've got. 2 of the advanced alloys. 6 iron, steel. Brain not working. 6 iron, bronze, and all right, so we now have our first of those. So I think that the carbon fiber stuff is going to be most complicated. Art. One of the problems I'm running into that the LV capacitors aren't able to pump enough power from the flux field. It's this alloy smelter knocked out. Alright, so what else do we need? So we need the carbon plates, which is raw carbon mesh. We'll need 2 carbon plates. Going to be 2 raw carbon meshes, 4 raw carbon fiber. Going to be 16 coal dust. Let's grab some coal really quick. Grind that out while we're waiting. One step at a time, we are getting there. I forget how many turn rank it is per item. I think like 4. At one point I was so bored I actually counted it. But what would be helpful is now that we have the drawer controller, setting up a location for our storage drawers, and then setting up our outputs to go into storage drawers. At this point, we're not going to need many more of the redstone engine. What we can set up, we basically our holster. And although they need ender pearls, relatively carbon fiber, blah 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 blah. And we should just be able to compress this in our thing. Got our tin plates. After that, pop this in the compressor. I actually made 2 more than I needed, but I guess that's fine. Here we'll use. So we'll need iron plates and grab one of the chips. All my iron plates. Why not, right? That gives us our advanced alloy. This. Let's start making our capacitors. So that gives us that. We have 4. Oh, iron bars. Iron bars. That. That gives us our 2 machine chassis. So our Stirling generator. Another machine frame. Frame. Okay. So we now have the machine chassis we need for both the alloy smelter and the Stirling generator. And one of the reasons the alloy smelter is important is not just because we want the not just because we want to be able to automate our coal production a little more easily. We could honestly do that with some of the electric furnaces. But we need the alloy smelter, make the upgrades for the Stirling generator and the alloy smelter. So, seeing that we've made the basic capacitors, actually wants to go ahead and work our way up to the octadic capacitors, and I am a little frightened to see what they are. So that's kind of not bad, I guess. We actually do that. Okay, so we have to be able to make ender pearl and stuff like that in the energetic alloy. Energetic alloy is going to require that. So it's pretty much going to have to be the alloy smelter at the moment. Got all the iron plates. We've got an iron chipset. Looking at advanced. Wait, what was that? Macerator. That's not what I saw. Manual kinetic generator. Like a hand crank or something, I'm guessing. Alloy smelter. It's actually going to require that, which is going to require this, which have most of the ingredients for, right? So we've got those, and then steel plates, which are I use all the steel up. Let's just look for the correct spec. Okay, I am betting that I I thought I had some extra steel plates, but I guess I do not. I don't know. That's okay. Metal former's going pretty quick. That is nearly done. So we're actually going to this that again. Grabs our last machine frame that we back to the alloy smelter. Alloy smelter. That bit of copper. 7. Hopefully it was copper. That gives us that. Now, all we need is one more basic capacitor. Means we need more lapis and some crushed obsidian. So weird. All right. Oh, the torch went away. We haven't actually been making lava in quite some time. That's good to know. Lava. But we're doing good. We've got most of the things we need now to set up our thing. So generator requires iron sets of which one. We'll put that in there. We'll tell it to make the iron chipset dead. Grab this. Go check for some more lapis. Got some lapis. Stone. All right. Break that. One. Got the signalum. Got that. That. That's the redstone chipsets. Done. That's done. Have the extra advanced alloy. Have the induction furnace. Alloy smelter. Requires the crushed obsidian, which we have to wait on. We've got the basic capacitor. Let's do this. Electric furnace. Chassis. Induction furnace. Basic capacitor. So once we have 3 more crushed obsidian, then that's done. So for the sag mill, not the sag mill, Stirling generator, just need 1 iron chipset and we're good. Power is want this to finish. I just want to get our first Stirling generator online and start throwing power down. Once we get the first one, then getting everything else going will be here. Be a matter of we'll build a couple of them, but with the sag mills so that we can alloy smelters so that we can stuff into as far as what should we call it, coal. Yeah, this setup is improving, I promise. We just haven't concentrated on power really, like all the steps necessary to get us there. Grab that. Oh yeah, we need another Alright, we now have a Stirling generator. Finally. So for the moment, we're just going to put that there. And it's going to generate 20 RF a tick. That is going to speed up stuff and things. Alright. Now we're going to have more power. Like I said, this produces 20 RF a tick. Once we get a... They've reduced the efficiency. Alright, well that's fine. Once we have gotten a more of our octatic upgrades and stuff, that will be grand fancier. All of it will be. One more. Remember that last one was busy. I'm sure nobody. Now, you have everything that we need for our alloy smelt. Alloy smelters are very cool. Love them. We love them a lot. No idea where I'm going to put arrangement. I actually need to change the way that this setup laid out so that we can have a better arrangement for power. And before there was a reason for it to be cramped. Now there really not. For the most part, we're only planning on having one machine going at a time, so we can just kind of work with that, our limitation. So we're down here. Light. So this should basically be empty. Should be empty. Generator we can there. Alloy smelter. Magma crucible. Let's go do a transposer. I need to be careful because this machine behind us will bite. Line that up. So the goal pretty much to have all of our machines I already had one apparently. Want to have hammer. That's concrete pipe, cobblestone. So power is only going to flow one direction. But that will give us a buffer. We're going to set up a power station of some sort. I have a vague idea of the lineup for it, and it looks nothing like what we currently have going. But importantly, we want all of these to be charged so that they're not drawing. It's going to take a bit for this magma crucible to get going, but the rest of it should be pretty quick. So looking at our kinesis pipes here, cobblestone, stone, quartz, iron. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start going up to iron kinesis pipes, because we've got a lot of iron. And that's going to increase our throughput for our power. And then grab a stack of redstone. Pipes. Now, the iron kinesis pipes are pretty cool. They actually have a selectable limiter function. So what that means is you can actually change how much power goes through them. So, for example, a craft wrench. This one. Have one. Maybe this will work. So many wrenches. Stone gear, iron ingots. Iron ingots. Stone gear is wood gear is sticks. All right. So we're just gonna bump those up to the max, and gonna kill all of these and much. Similar thing. So now we can actually move a lot more power out of it. We'll drop this down here and go there. Ooh, power into the side. Oh my gosh, that was big. That will will have better power, have better options for controlling that power. And there. Perfect. So now, I think that we have the alloy smelter. I think that it's a good time in place to call it. Our next plan is we need to get up to an octatic capacitor. So let's look at our signboard here. We've got that. So sign. I probably spelled that super badly. But that will get our power generation up to 80, which is a lot better than what we're currently doing. We need to worry about storage as well. But I think this is a good place to call it. We actually did quite a few crazy things. We're not going to probably need too much more. We have enough power floating by in the capacitor to go ahead and make a couple of machine frames. Which is good, because we're going to have to make a couple of machine frames. So right now we're waiting on our lava production. Why wouldn't we be waiting on our lava production, right? But we've got all of the... we can actually run our machines at nearly full power now and have them charged. Now it's going to take a little bit for our capacitor bank to do its thing, but we're starting to look pretty good as far as power. Now that doesn't mean great. We definitely still in process here, but that. So what I'm probably going to do is move this rock crusher over here. I really don't see why it has to be. Got more space. Let me simply run this. Here. So one of the things that we can do, we can actually set up, like we can actually deliberately keep some of the cobblestone and stone kinesis pipes to deliberately throttle power to some machine. But that can all wait. We've got a good thing going here, and I think what we need to do is call it. So we haven't even looked at the quest book in forever at this point, I think. Done a lot of quests. Nothing. So we need an auto sieve. That faster sitting auto compressant. This is actually a really good thing. So it will take any 4 or whatever from anything that you've sieved, all the broken ores and stuff like that, and convert it directly in a thing. So I could make the creepy dolls, um, and force spawn Enderman that way. And then there's the angry doll for blazes, and we are gonna have to do that. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking that we should just force this one in because we got it. We've got the smeltery. Got that. So we've actually got all of this section done. We have a little bit here. It's just waiting on forcing this. Remember what the command is. I'm not making it just that. You really need the aqueous accumulator here. So that is our next machine frame, the aqueous accumulator. Because once we have that, we can automate everything to do with waters. Let's look at our signs again. Stick. Um, so that is definitely a must-have for the want for our automatic water needs. And that's going to help us across the board for magic as well as technology. Um, so as far as tech, things like our carpenter here, well, we'll probably move it to a more convenient location at some point. But it needs a supply of water. The other thing that needs a supply of water is going to be our crucible here, both the Thaumcraft one and the Witch's Cauldron. So, and that's just the beginning. There's definitely a bunch of things that are going to need water, and setting up an infinite water supply that we have piping access to is going to help us a lot. So we're going to need octadic capacitors. We're going to need more generators, auto. So refarm, license, slice. So license splice. I mean, farming state. Have this, it requires the Z-Logic controller, right? And then if we get for the planter, it requires the Z-Logic controller. And if we go for the harvester, it requires Z-Logic controller. And the dark steel axe and the gold ingots. So the farming station, one of the things that makes it super annoying is the fact that it actually will require tools. And it'll take the the durability off the tool, so it uses it up, whereas the other one doesn't, but it'll require twice as many logic controllers. Another of our options is trying to head into Steve's carts, or we can make turtles with craft. So I have done a little bit with computer craft, not enough to remember how to do turtles very easily. So I probably just won't go there. But anyway, like I said, it's a good place to call us. I had a couple people stop by. Some of them even said hi. Sorry, Bob, I missed you. You know, but lots of people not coming. I can excuse not paying absolute attention to every moment of every day for the chat, and I could not find an acceptable substitute for purposes of having the chat relay into back. So we'll work it out. Maybe I'll have a voice thing or something that I can hear, or I'll have whatever. We'll figure it out. Better attention. But anyway, watching in YouTube world and you liked it, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Questions, comments, concerns, they can all go below. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I'm having fun with this. So, yep. Have a good night.